welcome to TurtleBurger podcast. My name is Brittany. Thank you for joining me. This is a YouTube channel all about my crochet and knitting adventures. If you would like to join along, you can find me on Ravelry at TurtleBurger. There is a Ravelry group as well called TurtleBurger Podcast. I will link everything down below. There currently are two make-alongs. The first is the Love Note knit-along I'm co-hosting with my friend Carla from the Carla Knits podcast. We are making the Love Note pattern by Tincan Knits, and that is running until April 14th. The next make-along is a year-long make-along I'm hosting. It is the Sock Stash, what did I call it? Sock Stash-along, I believe. And it is socks of any crochet or knit, of course, of any weight, yarn, any size, however you want to complete a pair of socks, have at it. I would love for you to join that, and periodically throughout the year I will hopefully award pattern prizes. All of that information will be linked below as well within the threads on Ravelry. In today's podcast episode 35, I have one finished object, and I'm not sure yet how many works in progress I'm going to show, so we will just jump right into it. My first and only work in progress is the Little Lady Sunhat. This is for my daughter, Little Lady. She needed a sun hat to wear out to the park. And it looks big, but it actually fits her. So I made the child, well, it says child to small adult head, and I guess it kind of does fit me. It doesn't go completely down, but if I wanted to wear it, I could. But anyway, so this is for her. She first told me she wanted, yellow's her favorite color, so she first told me she wanted a yellow and orange hat. When we went to get the orange yarn, she found this yarn and said, oh no, I need all the colors. So this has turned into kind of a crazy sun hat. But I think it looks adorable on her, and hopefully she will get lots of use out of it for a couple of years at least. The yarn I used is, the yellow is Knit Picks Dishy in the color Bumblebee, and then this yarn is Red Heart Super Saver Jumbo Stripes in the color Bright Stripes. Let me just hold this down. And then this final orange color is Red Heart Super Saver in the color Pumpkin. And I used a crochet hook G6 4mm. This was actually my second attempt at this. The first one I made the toddler size because she's 3, and she kept telling me it was too small before she would even try it on. And by the time I did get her to try it on, she was correct. It is too small. But so I ripped it all out, back to the increases rather, and made it for her. And I made this for her a couple of years ago when she was an infant, and that's how I found this pattern. And I'm pretty sure that's how we started calling her Little Lady, but I don't know because that's not like her family nickname that we call her. But anyway, the pattern, and I'm sorry I don't remember her name. I will try to put the patterns, it will definitely be in the show notes and the description box, but I will try to put it across the screen as well. I totally forgot what I was saying. I really shouldn't have done this tonight. Oh, that's what I was saying. The pattern comes with either a brim style, which is what I did. I wanted a wide brim hat for her, or you could do a cloak style, which I guess is maybe just not as wide, perhaps. I'm not sure. But this is really cute. It's really fast, really easy. I'm actually considering making myself one. I was thinking at first I was going to, if you've been here for a while, you know that I have the never-ending cone of cotton yarn. oh, before I get into that, the Dishy is 100% cotton, and then the 2 Red Heart yarns are acrylic, all size 4, worsted weight, medium. But like I said, if you've been here for a while, you know that I have like this never-ending cone of peaches and cream, and the color Sea Breeze. It's like a tealish color, and I was thinking I would make myself a sun hat using that yarn. But then I also have like a skein and a half that was given to me of Knit Picks Dishy in the color Jalapeno. And as soon as I thought about that, I thought I really want to make that one. Green was what we believe was Burger's favorite color, and I just find myself really drawn to a deeper green than even my usual teal that I've always done. So anyway, I'm not sure what I'm gonna do yet, but I thought about making myself a hat in one of those 2 colors. In this skein, as you see, there's a really long black section. I didn't realize it was going to be as long as it was. So I actually, after a round of the black yarn, I ended up cutting that off because I was tired of looking at it. And so I cut that off and then just went ahead and I don't know if that's when I went into, yeah, that must have been when I went into the orange yarn and just decided I would do that. So there is that finished object. I'm happy to have gotten that done. The last time we went to the park, it wasn't that bright of a day or hot or anything, but she got a little red on her nose, and I thought, oh no, that took us by complete surprise. So she needed a sun hat to cover her cute little face. Okay, let's get into my first work in progress. It is my love note. I'm very excited for this. Let me find the back and front. I'm gonna have to figure out a way to, I don't know. Here it is. I will hold it up and then we will discuss. I am so excited for this to be done. Before we get into some details of that from the past couple of weeks, I am using Lion Brand Kobu in the color Lichen, which I did look that word up because I was like, I don't know how to say that. But anyway, it is, at least on Google, it came up with the color Lichen. And I am using the suggested, which is a DK weight, I'm sorry. It's amazing a couple of weeks can make. I feel so out of practice. Okay, so it's called Lion Brand Kobu in the color Lichen. It is a DK weight, size 3 light yarn. Right now I am just about to finish up 196 grams, and then I've got my old love note that I tried last year making, and I'll be unraveling that. So at this point I'm at 196 yards, which is almost 2 full skeins, I think. I said yards, I meant grams. They're 100-gram cakes, and my first was 90, and then my second full cake was actually 106 grams. So I'm almost done with the 196 grams. And I'm using the suggested needle sizes of a US size 6 4mm, no, US size 10 6mm, and then the ribbing is done on a US size 7 4.5mm needle. So that's where I'm at with that. But I am excited for this to be done. I am making the size large, which should give me about 6 inches of positive ease. I have tried it on, and I'm not sure that it's quite 6 inches, but there's definitely some positive ease there. So anyway, so I think last time I already had the neckline done, and those adventures I dropped it. I started with the provisional cast on over a spare cord. I really do like that method, but next time I try it, I do want to make more projects incorporating that, because I want to be able to practice it quite a bit. But what I did was I did it on a longer cable than what I should have done, and it really pulled some of the stitches and just made it so loose that I didn't really know where I was, and I couldn't tighten it up or anything, or I didn't know how to tighten it up. So I ended up like ripping back quite a bit until I knew where I was within the yoke section, and then worked up from there. And it is important to bind off with a stretchy bind off. The bind off I am using is the one where you go through the back loop, knit 2 together through the back loop, and that worked out beautifully and went right over my head. Literally. Currently, as you see, I have not done the sleeves yet. I am debating if I'm going to make them 3/4 or short sleeve. Probably 3/4, because I do really like that. But today I finished the body, which I went to about, I was just under, this is kind of a crazy thing, I was just under 8.5 inches, which is where I was trying to go. And so I thought, okay, just to make sure I make at least 8.5 inches, I will, and I measured it while it was hanging up. I think that was important. So I thought, well, I'll do 5 more rounds, and that will definitely get me to 8.5 inches. Well, while I was working those, I thought, I'm just gonna do 3 rounds and measure it and see how far I get. And that time I did not hang it up, but just kind of laid it over the chair and measured it like this, and I was getting like just under 9 inches, like between 8 3/4 and 9 inches. And I thought, whoa, 3 rounds did that? There's no way. So I don't really know how long it is. But it should be long enough. It's definitely over there, over 8.5 inches, I guess. But anyway, so I am currently working the high-low hem, and then I will go into the ribbing, and the complete body will be done, and I will jump into the sleeves. And I'm so excited for that. I am hoping to have this done in March so that it will be out of the way. And of course I need to block it and everything, but already the lace section is falling quite nicely. And I will try to remember to put a, no, I deleted it actually. Never mind. I was gonna say I took a picture with how long it is a couple of days ago before I added the about 12 rounds. And but I deleted it. It didn't turn out very well. So you'll just have to wait to see it on. But anyway, and this has a permanently lived in my favorite knitting bag, which is this one. by Carla. I won it in a giveaway from her, I believe the beginning of last year. Okay, what is next? I gotta go get my bags. The next project that I worked on is my Spindrift by Helen Stewart. I did not get a whole lot done on it, but I did a little bit. I am so close to being done. I think I'm at about 80% right now, but this is the Spindrift by Helen Stewart. And I don't have too many more rows left. And of course it's all scrunched up on my needles, but this is just beautiful. You see that detail? This really reminds me of the ocean, and it just makes me so happy to see these colors, and it's so incredibly soft. The yarn I'm using did not come with the label. I bought it from Monarch Yarn on Etsy. I believe her shop is still closed at the moment. She moved like last summer, and she's never opened her shop back up, so I hope she's doing okay. I really like her yarn, and this was called Tropical Fade, I believe. Tropical Fade or Tropical Sunset, something like that. I am hoping that this will kind of, once I block it, will kind of like chillax a little bit because it's curled up and that bothers me, but maybe once I, like I said, block it and kind of pin it down and let it dry that way, it will be lovely. I am using US size 6 4mm. I'm pretty sure that was the suggested size and the pattern. Really like it. It is a crescent shaped shawl, and I'm really liking it. I cannot wait until it's done. Here's what the yarn looks like in the cake. Okay, let's see, what next? Next, I have my husband's socks. These are just cuffed down vanilla socks. I am working 2 at a time, and I didn't get much done. Maybe 1, 2, 3 rounds, but that's coming along nicely. Like I said, it's just a vanilla pattern. I started with 72 stitches, and I believe I did like 15 or 20 rounds of the cuff. I have it in my project notes, and right now it's a little over 3 inches. Before I did the 3 rounds, it was exactly 3 inches, so not much progress on it. I am hoping to get it to like 6 inches and try it on him and see how much further he wants me to go, if at all. Whoops, if at all. And the yarn I'm using for this is Huntington Valley yarns, and it is the color blue. That's probably still whatever. It's still probably like blurry, but that's okay. Here I have 2 50-gram cakes, so hopefully that will be enough for that. And I feel like I have one more thing here. I feel like there was something. Oh, there is something else. Okay, I'll go get that in a minute. What is that? I don't know. I'll find it. The next work in progress is my Musselburgh hat. This will be for me. On this one, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rounds done. The yarn I'm using is Alta Truth DK. I'm pretty sure it was just a number, but it is an eggplanty purple that is just beautiful. It is, I believe, 80% baby alpaca and 20% merino wool. If I'm not mistaken, I have the label in this large tote thing right here that it sits next to my chair, and this is my knitting station and crochet station, and I keep my projects in there and I just grab what I want. So I am making the, I believe it's the small adult size. It's the one I believe fits up to maybe 18 to 20 inch head. I can't remember. It is Musselburgh by Ysolda Teague, and it's a DK weight if I didn't say that. And I am using a US size 5 3.75 millimeter needle. I can't wait to wear this. I have wanted to make this pattern for so long. I really want to make my husband one of these, and then the kids one. And I think if I could get faster at them, it's just stockinette, and I mainly just take this out like when we run errands and stuff. Is about the only time I work on it. So that is it for that project, I think. Let me see, is there anything else to say about it? I don't think so. Okay, let me go get my last project. Okay, all right, my last project is the Biscotti dishcloth by the Kitchen Sink Shop. The Kitchen Sink Shop is a monthly email subscription newsletter, and the first of the month she sends you a free dishcloth. This year all of the patterns are based on her favorite desserts and treats and things like that, and this one is Biscotti. Previously when you saw this, I was using a gray yarn, but I decided to change yarns because this one just felt more biscotti-ish, I guess. This is what it looks like in the ball. This is Peaches and Cream in the color Oasis. I no longer have the label, but it's 100% cotton. I did look it up where I purchased it from Walmart, and it said it was the color Oasis. So, but it's very pretty. But here's the dishcloth. This works up so quickly, mainly because it's so memorizable. Is that a word? Memorable? I don't know. Easy to remember. It's only a 4-row repeat, and it's just going so quickly. And when I first saw it, like in the picture, I thought, oh, we're gonna get to do cables. I have not really done a pattern yet with knitted cables at all, and so I was kind of excited to learn that on a dishcloth. But they're not cables. They she is utilizing the twisted stitch, which was so fun because actually, to be honest, it's not fun on this yarn. If you know, you know, it's Peaches and Cream. But I find it really fun because I got to learn it from McKaylee in my Marie Schrader socks. This is the stitch that she used to make her chevrons, and it's just so fun when it works well. It works well, and it's just is really fun. So I am excited to have this done. Hopefully I can get it done before the end of the month, so that in April I can just work on the April dishcloth. So I already told you the yarn. The needles I'm using is a US size 5 3.75 millimeter needle, and these are just some DPNs that I have. I really don't like using straight needles, but I think maybe these are just a little long. So anyway, that was completely random. But here is my dishcloth. So that is fun. I don't think I have anything else to say about that. So those are all of my projects that were in rotation since the last podcast. The priority really is the love note, and then the dishcloth and my Spindrift shawl. I would really like to have all three of those finished in March, but the top priority is the love note from that, and then if I could actually finish the Spindrift next, that would be great, because if I'm wearing my love note for Easter, and if it's still a little cool out, someone mentioned this in the comments. I believe it was Beth. Hi, Beth. And mentioned that it would be nice with my love note, and that's exactly what I had in mind. That's why I pulled this back out, because that would be, I mean, just so pretty. Like, let me just be so pretty. And then if I had it just kind of wrapped around, I mean, see how pretty that is? Yes, I agree, Beth. That was my thoughts exactly, and why I wanted to finish it, because that would be very pretty. So those are all of those projects. As far as anything going on, if you have made it this far, I thank you so much for joining me. I hope you will give this video a thumbs up. And if you are a new viewer, I hope you will consider subscribing if you've made it this far and you like the projects that I have made. So aside from that, all the knitting and crochet talk is done. I obviously have more that I want to make. I am actually spending more of this time, or not this time, but this year. I have so many works in progress that I would like to finish, and if not, just decide to tear them apart if I'm not going to make them. You know, it's starting to like really get to me to have so many things on my needles that I'm not actively working on. So, but anyway, so there is that. The only other thing that has happened in the past couple of weeks, so I, for years now, actually I've always been this way, but it's easier now. I love to play games, like mobile games on my phone. In fact, I cannot go to sleep at night because I play mobile games on my phone to kind of just calm my mind down, where I'm not really thinking about anything. And it occurred to me a couple of weeks ago, and I asked my husband what he thought about it, and I decided to start a third channel. So it's just called TurtleBurger Gaming. There's no talking, no anything. It is me just screen recording my mobile games that I like to play. It starts with Gardenscapes, and if you play mobile games, I think you'll like it. Because I don't want to wake anyone up, I play with the sound off. So when I go in and edit, I like to put it to sometimes fun music, sometimes relaxing music, just different kinds of music. So like I said, there's no talking or anything. It's just a screen recording my phone while I play, while I'm trying to fall asleep. So currently I have, like I said, Gardenscapes. I found a new game called Wildscapes, which is kind of like building your own zoo, which is really fun. They're match 3 games. There's another matching game called Evermerge. And then I have more that I've recorded that I just haven't put up on the channel yet. So anyway, if you happen to like, you know, mobile video games and are not familiar with these, I will leave the link to that channel down below. So TurtleBurger is expanding, I guess. So those are just other things that I'm interested in that I don't really want on this channel, that I kind of want to just keep separate. So that's that. Nothing else is going on. Everyone is well here, thankfully. And so I will see you. I am trying to make this about an every couple of week thing. I don't know if it will always stay that way, because you know me, I can't seem to keep schedules very well, I guess. So I will just post it whenever I'm able to film and post. So that will be that. I hope you're having a great day, night, week, whatever time you're watching this, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.